Hello, 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 you guys. Come on in the room. How y'all doing out there? Come on in the room. Really, treasure? Really. Catch it. Move it. Thank you, sir.
Are we on YouTube?
No, dear, we're on Facebook Live.
And we're not going to YouTube?
No, not at the moment, sir.
Okay.
We will post it there in a little bit. Hello, 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 you guys. Come on in. Put in the comments where you are joining us from.
Hello, everybody.
We do not own rights to this music. Hey, what? It's Tuesday. I had a long day at work, but I'm living my life like it's golden. Why you put my hand down? Put in the things where you know we don't own rights. Come on, you guys. Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. How many living their life like it's golden? Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. I'm not Jill, so. Really bad. Then can I see you over there dancing? Take it from me. It comes naturally. I'm strumming my own freedom. Playing the God in me. Representing his glory. To be proud of me. All right. Shout out to Jill. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are here to conversate tonight. It is March the 1st, the first day of the month. You guys, I cannot believe we are already in the third month of this year. It was just January the 1st. So come on in, put in the comments where you're joining us from. And we are not going to hold you long. We're going to continue our conversation with do's and don'ts in marriage. And just to recap.
Sorry.
I'm going to say, germs, huh? No. Just to recap a little bit, we talked about last week how husbands, men should have vision.
Yep.
Before even considering marriage, you should already have a vision and a plan of what you want for your marriage, what you want from your, what you want for your spouse, for your family. And so make sure that in that place where you are considering marriage, or you say, well, Nakia, William, I'm already married, I'm already in this thing, but we're not sure what to do. The vision is a good place to start.
Yeah. I mean, last time Nakia was reminded me, like, it's okay. It's good to give highlights, but it's great to give the format, meaning how to get there. Because we know better, but we just don't know how to do better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Write this down. We know better, we just don't know how to do better. And it's our job today to rectify those and give you the how to do better.
That's good. You made the statement last week when you said that you came into a marriage and you knew that you didn't want to follow your father's footsteps, but you didn't know any other way. So you pretty much mimicked exactly what you saw. We I don't think it really matters if it's a male or a female, a husband or a wife. We all do that. We generally follow what we see others before us do, our mothers, our fathers, our aunts, our uncles. We generally follow their footsteps where marriage is concerned, where relationships are concerned. I know for me, this is my third marriage, as well as for my mother, so you say, Nakia, what's wrong with y'all? It is a generational thing.
It's a pattern
that you have to recognize. And if you don't realize that there's something and sever that in the spirit realm. And so, of course, if you follow us, you know that God is the center of the things we do. So if I say something, just know that we put God in it. And so if you don't sever that specific thing that keeps repeating in your family, you're going to find yourself over and over again. Not just your generation, but the generation after you and the generation after you will find this thing. So in order for my children not to repeat what me and my mother have done, there's some things that I have to teach them, foundational things that we have to pour into them so they don't repeat the same mistakes.
It's very important, guys, that you recognize the pattern that leads you to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As for me, the pattern was to always think the way I was taught before. Okay. Where, hey, in this family, men don't get married. Men don't get married. Okay, men don't get married. They do what? Screw around, just go around and
sleep around is more
sleep
appropriate.
around. You a dog.
I would say sleeping around is a little more appropriate, right?
Yeah, pretty much you a dog. You just go around and sleep with whatever. Okay, I recognize that pattern earlier in my marriage. Not that I went and sleep around. I was sleeping around before, but I had to recognize the pattern because what happened within the first 6 months of our marriage, I was ready to throw in the towel. Why? Because every time Nikki and I, culturally, we bump because we always, I would say not always, but we agree biblically 90 to 95% of the time. And the 5% is because understand we both teachers. So Nikia understand the word. She's in the word and she processes differently than I do.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something. So the reason I'm laughing, so we're first married in our first few months of marriage, and so y'all know me, okay? Y'all don't know me, you will learn me. He's constantly telling me, well, what does the word say, Nikia? Well, what does the word say, Nikia? Bro, if you tell me one more time about what does the word say, I have been in the word since I was 16, 17 years old. So I truly understand and know what the word is saying. I may not live up to everything that the word teaches, but I know what it says. And so it was to a point to where I had to really, it's like reel him in. It's like, sir, this is not a way to get me to do what you want me to do, manipulating me with the word. And I say the word manipulation because that was an area for me to where people in my life use things to manipulate me to get me to do the things that they desired. And so in order for me to get that severed or get that corrected, I had to do some communication with him and let him know that this is not the way to do it. But he didn't know any other way. And so he's like, well, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna whip her into shape by giving her the word. And
yeah,
how did that work out?
I mean, I had to really do introspective. That's the word. Introspective. So I had to, think about me. What am I doing right now as the leader, as the man? What am I doing? What am I not doing right? Okay. And I'm complaining, constantly complaining, nagging because you see, yeah, nagging is for women, but when you complain often, it becomes nagging.
Mhm.
Okay. So I was nagging all the time, complaining, and for those of you who don't live around me, man, I give kudos to this woman because I can be ugly when I complain too much because I have a
Y'all see
petty
my face,
way.
right? Y'all see my face. Let
I
me put
have
my
a
glasses on.
I have a petty way to complain. Like I complain, I don't complain, but I throw shades, right?
Mhm.
So that's me. Until today, God deliver me.
Pray
And
for me. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me.
I decided to go, in the sabbatical journey of 7 days, lock myself in the closet,
Mm.
stay there 7 days. I don't get out. 7 days I don't see my wife. Man, literally, I took my phone. My phone was on. I didn't turn it off. I say, God, let that phone not ring one time while I'm away, seeking your face.
Mhm.
Literally, guys, my wife is right here. I'm not lying. This phone didn't ring not once. And trust me, I have family in Africa. My mom especially would love to text me every day. Not once she did. For some reason, I thank God he heard my voice because he knew the bombshell that was getting ready to be thrown in my face.
Hmm. But even that, William, when so I'm very big on self-evaluation. I am always teaching that you have to first examine you. And so that was a place where you were in,
Mhm.
it's like things going on around. My family is in an uproar. What is going on? And what can I do to fix this? Men are very big on trying to fix and trying to resolve. And so him not knowing what to do, his result was, I'm going to seek God. I'm going to go on a fast and I'm going to get before him. Now, his intent was a little different, or his motive, I would say. His motive when going in was for one thing, but when he come out, God shifted that thing and enlightened him on some areas for himself. And so take a moment, William, and discuss that area of self-evaluation for you, that I guess you say that enlightening moment for you.
But okay, let me admit it publicly because my wife already knows. Um, at that moment, 6 months within a marriage, I'm battling, I'm fighting or wrestling with um, health, how can I say, mental health.
Oh, okay, I was like, what are you talking
Yeah,
about?
not health issues. Ah,
Yep, so what you talking about?
I'm battling or wrestling
With
with
depression and different things like that.
mental, issues. Man, I'm like, I don't know. I get frustrated. I don't know how to fix that. It's like everything I was saying was just wrong. And I know, I said, God, I know I love my wife, I love my family. I know the intent in my heart is pure. But why? You know, and came to find out, and that was God revealing to me.
Mhm.
Came to find out I was fighting against her culture.
Mhm.
I'm African, okay, from Gabon. I was fighting and rejecting her culture. So it made it hard for her to understand me because I couldn't understand her.
Mm.
Okay. And hold that. And all this, I'm getting the revelation. I'm in the closet. I'm there seeking God. I mean, it's mentally draining me. And I say, God, look at my wife. This is everything she does wrong. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
children. Everything they do wrong. Look at my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law. If I can create that word, my nephews-in-law. Everything they do wrong. Not once I mention what they do right. Not once I mention what I do wrong,
Hmm.
because I couldn't see what I was doing wrong. I'm inside a ring. I'm the boxer fighting Mike Tyson. I'm fighting Mike
Hmm.
Tyson, and I'm in a ring, so I can't see what I'm not doing
Hmm.
right. Only the cornerman, who's Jesus, okay, he's the cornerman.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what to do. So it's when I go back, and see it, trying to catch my breath, that he's telling me 95% of the chaos and the mess in your
Mm.
house, you are responsible. I say 95%. God, I'm always out trying to hustle. I have no paperwork. I have no job, but I'm always out trying to hustle. My brother-in-law is right here sitting on the couch, and you said, I'm a fault. He said, yeah, because you're trying to prove everybody that you're the man,
Mm.
that you're the real deal, when you're not. You only become the real deal when you allow me to lead you. He
Ooh, can
said
anybody relate?
95%.
Can anybody relate? Put a one, put a one, put a one in the chat.
95%, you are responsible of the
Mm.
chaos. When you change there, you allow me to lead you at that moment. I'll show you how to fix it.
Mm.
So,
We excuse me, cutting you off. We are so quick to point fingers, and I'm so you married, not married, divorced. We are very quick to point fingers at the other party and not stop and look at ourselves. Self evaluation is very important in marriage.
yeah.
Very important in marriage. And I said about respect. It is very important where you respect one another's cultures. There are things with William's culture that I don't always understand and I don't always see clear, but I still make sure to respect his culture. There are things that we do here that I really have to be like, do y'all do that there? Because this should be normal. This should be a natural thing. But what's normal for us may not be a normal thing for them, and vice versa. And so, respecting one another, respecting each other's boundaries, the way you view things, I have to respect that. I may not understand it, but I have to at least respect where you are.
And remember, guys, how you read your spouse affects how you react
Mm.
or how you treat them. How you read your spouse affect how you treat them. Okay. I was reading Nikia and her family the wrong way. Now, when I came to America,
Affects how you sorry.
how you read your spouse affects how you treat them. Coming to America, they told me Black American, this is what they do, and everything they said was just wrong. They just enlightened the wrong side,
Mm.
and everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from. Everybody got the wrong side.
Mm.
Okay, and going to this marriage, even though I knew what I was bringing to the table, even though I knew of what needs to be done, I just didn't know how to do it. That's the reason why we bump ahead.
Mhm.
And one of the things how to do it, and I give you a key right there. Before trying to teach your culture or your upbringing, learn your spouse culture. That's a language. That's a way of
Mm.
communication. Learn your spouse language. It's an effective way of communication. Once you better understand people from their perspective, you now you have keys on how to respond instead of react every time they don't do the expected.
You know that wow. When you think about somebody's culture, when you think about someone's makeup, their DNA, the way they were raised, to dismiss where they come from is disrespectful. It was so funny, you guys. Of course, I heard my story before when William and I connected on the dating website, and I realized that he was an African. Hey, Lord Jesus. I was like, okay, God, you playing, right? You really playing, right? Out of all the people that you could have given me, why did he have to be an African man? Because of my experience, that it was like, no, red flags, no, I'm not doing this. And the same for him. How people experiences with African Americans caused him to have a view of who we were, who we are, or their perspective. But until you actually get to know a person, like you said, you can't, it's not fair to just form a judgment until you learn an individual personally. So respecting one another in your relationship, in your marriage, is very, very important. Not setting unrealistic expectations, because you know William sometimes wanted me to reach a place that was unreal. It was not going to happen. And it wasn't that I couldn't have become like a Gabonese woman, but would I be Nakia? Me trying to be like his mother and like his sisters and those that he grew up around, would I truly be me and who I need to be to him if I was trying to be someone else?
Now, guys, let me tell you something. Nikia doesn't talk about the separation of entity. Okay? We believe in oneness, we believe in unity. At the end of the day, when you read Ephesians 5, verse 31, it says this: For this reason, a man shall leave father and mother and cleave
Snuggle up to me, baby,
with his wife, and the two shall become one. Okay? Nikia being herself, meaning being this woman who's willing to become a daughter of Sarah, who's not afraid, to walk with her husband, who's not afraid to stand by her husband. At that moment, she becomes this glorious church. Okay? And her being herself, it's allowing me to act like Christ in her life by my actions, by my words, and everything I want her to get. So when she become the glorious church, it's for me, it's for my good, it's for my prosperity, it's for my well-being, it's for my sanity, everything. Not for God, for me. God didn't create Eve for him, but for Adam. God didn't create the church for him, but for Christ. Just like you said, man was not created for the woman, but the woman for the man. So Nikia was created for me. So I have to allow her to be herself. And by her being herself, she understands, in order to cleave with me, we have to become one.
Well, but women adapt very easily. But you got to have somewhere where you're taking me. You got to have a plan and a mission, a goal. You got to have some stuff that, well, I can speak for the kid. We just can't be haphazardly doing stuff and you want me to blend in with what you're doing. And so I thank God for my husband, because even though everything that I, we say, I want a man with a job. He got to come with this. He needs 6 figures. We want all of these things, but that William has so much potential. And because I allow God to lead me, allow God to say, Nakia, he is yours. I didn't put him in a box, put William in a box, put God in a box, and say, because you don't check off this checkbox on my list, then I'm gonna pass you by. So I didn't formulate I got opinions, but I didn't allow those opinions to stop me from moving forward with who I'm supposed to be connected with.
Well, it's good to be with somebody who has a job, but it's better to be with somebody who has a work. You see, I married Nikia, I was jobless.
You were not jobless.
But I was working, yes.
Hey, you were jobless. When you come from Houston, you were working. What are you talking about?
No, I was leaving Houston to here, so I was jobless. Because I quit my job to move here.
But you were working.
I was. This is what I said. When I married Nikia, I was jobless, but I was working. Okay, I was jobless but working. And somebody gonna say, "But what does it mean?" Let's see what the word work means. You see, when God created Adam, He put in the garden. I mean, somewhere, and then He created the garden, and He gave him. He said, "Now you have a work." So when I look for the word work in Hebrew is the word erego, and erego means vision, to become, the purpose, a goal. So the first thing a man needs is not a woman, but a vision, or he has to become. Okay, I already knew coming to America. I knew what I wanted to do prior to even land in America. And when I landed in America, when things didn't work out the way I thought they would, I never got sidetracked. Never. I never got lost. Why? Because every morning when I was sleeping in the, waking up, in the street in New York, being homeless, I always had my vision board. I knew I was going to become somebody. I knew I was going to be married. I knew I was going to be a father, amazing husband. It was just a matter of when. So in the process of waiting the when, I was becoming. I embraced what I was because in my mind, I created the water concept where it doesn't matter the place that put you in. That place doesn't condition you. You condition the place.
All right, what's the name of the top? What's the name of your book?
Your condition is not your position.
All right, coming at you. We coming.
Okay. So I understood right there that it was important for me to be working. Okay. I was working even though I didn't have a job, but I was working. And I believe that was the fact that I was working on becoming who God wanted me to be. That led you to believe, okay, He has potential, because that's the potential. When you work, you become somebody. That's the potential. Your job is not, because you can lose your job anytime. Anytime. How many times have I changed jobs here?
Well, talk about it.
But I never changed who I was. I never changed my vision. So that's what I mean by having to work versus having a job.
And even in saying that, William, did in that place, did you ever feel judgment from me towards you in that place where, even though you were not physically going to a job, did I ever place judgment on you for being in that position at the time?
Oh no, never. That was the most intriguing part of it, and I was having issue to comprehend your mindset.
Why is that, sir?
Because the story that we have, or the conception that we have about Black American women as a strong people, is always, they have a way to motivate the husband.
Okay. Oh, that's motivation.
They have the way of motivating a husband. you know, it's not, hey baby, no, it's, you know,
Don't,
hey dude, you got to get up and
Shelby said, don't
be
do that.
out there like everybody, go do something, no, you never,
Mhm.
you know, you always remember, hey baby, it's okay, it's coming.
Mhm. Well, one thing I respected about you in that place was, we had our side businesses. You would go cut grass. There was nothing that you would not do to bring in something to the table, to bring something to the table. And so, even though you didn't have a consistent money, like Friday, every Friday, I know that you're gonna bring in X amount of dollars. I knew that you was not a lazy man, and that you would do what you needed to do to make sure that our family was okay. And so I advise any couple, anybody in a relationship, to make sure that, not that making that it's okay that you don't have a job to take care of your family, but in that position, in that place, I'm not going to be the one beating you down. I'm not going to be the one to make you feel less than. Even he mentioned earlier about uh his family have the issues with whoredom, and so literally when we got married, that was the thing that God told me. He said, you two are going to have to really fight in this area, because it's not just a thing that William struggled with. I fight for in my flesh. And so it is a thing that you have to continue to put before the Lord, and make sure that you're not judging one another where pornography concerned, or dealing with other people outside of your. You cannot judge. Why are you doing those things? Baby, can I help you here? How can I help hold you accountable? Do you have somebody that you can talk to about these things? It is very important that we make sure that we are not judging one another in our marriage, in our couple, because if I can't come to you and feel safe, if I can't come to you and confide in you what my issues or my insecurities may be, my day-to-day struggles, if I can't come to you and say these things, I worked construction before, and y'all don't talk about me, okay? But I'm gonna give y'all a transparent moment, right? So it got this guy that comes in, and most of the time, these guys come in, they rough, they running, they just trying to get a job done. So they come to get some parts or whatever. So this guy comes in one day, and y'all, when I tell you, he smelled delicious. Okay. My husband know that that's my weakness. Okay. The man smelled good. And he comes in our building, and he leans into my little desk, and all of my senses went around. And after that man left, I text my husband and I say, baby, I'm on the way home. I knew that if I did not reach out to my husband at that time, I would have gotten myself in a lot of trouble. And so what do you do, honey? He makes sure to keep it on deck.
Every day, baby, every day. Fruity, subtle, strong. Depends on the day. Every day, baby. I got you. I got you. I'm not giving you no reason. That's my way. That's my way. That's one of the way where I cover my wife. Okay.
But if I didn't share that with you and let you know that that is a place that I can be vulnerable in, you wouldn't have known to cover me in that area.
Being vulnerable is the safest place to be with
How many of y'all
a
been there?
spouse like Nikki.
How many of y'all been there? Come on, somebody talk to me. Put a one.
Being vulnerable
Give me a thumbs up in here.
It's a place, okay? That was my safest place. I mean, Nikia knows all my weaknesses, hey, it's important, and it's okay. It is okay to be open to one another. It is okay to be truthful, to present each other naked to one another. that's you're going to be able to fight together,
Hmm.
stand together as one unit, you know, and that's how you win battles.
Yeah, I mean, what you want to do this together. You want to respect one another. That's your due. Respect one another. Respect one another's cultures. Respect one another's boundaries. And make sure that we are not judging, regardless of the position that a person may be in for that moment, because it doesn't necessarily mean that that person is going to be there forever. People can change. But your husband or your wife needs your help. They need your support in order to make that to do that transition. They need to make sure that if they don't have anybody else they can turn to, they can turn to you. Are you that supportive spouse? Are you struggling in that area where you're judging your spouse? Put a 1 in the comment section. Do you find it difficult to respect him or her? Put a 1 in there in that section, because it is very important that you know that if I'm this is me. I treat him the way I want to be treated. Now I don't do everything right, y'all. I don't. I'm tell you, I'm still growing. But I'm very big on giving him what I want. I want to be respected. I want to be trusted. I want to be honored. I want that type of respect. So if I don't give that, I surely can't ask for that. All right. Can you
Okay.
say? There we go. We're back. Okay.
Okay.
Wait. I don't know. We having some issues going on over here. Forgive us. Come on. What were you about to say?
I was going to say this. It's very crucial and very key, guys, to understand that supporting one another, you know, is that it's one of the dues that you wanna live by,
Mm-hmm.
supporting one another, and the don't is or the don't is do not diminish one another.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, I never felt diminished as a man, so my manhood had really never been challenged in a negative way, but a positive way.
Hmm.
And the positive way was for me to accept that at that particular moment I was not in position to help Nikki.
You know, it's most people look at us and they think, you guys are really too, y'all are very open and y'all are really transparent. But we really want to help. We want to help those that's considering marriage. We want to help those that are married. If you are looking to get married, I want you to reach out to us. If you're looking to get married, I want you to reach out to us. Send us an email at info@impactinglivescoaching.com. Email us, because I'm going to tell you something. Marriage is marriage is so hard sometimes, you guys. It is very challenging sometimes. But if you do this thing together and you put God as the center, He is the head, He is that your foundation, you can be successful. And that's what we want to teach couples, to be successful, to stand strong in your marriage as a unit, because you need one another. and to be sustainable, to be able to sustain where you are, because your marriage will go up and down. It goes in waves. You know what me and William started off 7 years ago, we're surely not that today. Our family has changed. The dynamics of our family has changed. However, in all of that, God has kept us in a sustainable mode to make sure that regardless of what we encountered or what we faced, we could get through it together.
You know, my wife is my best critic. Um,
Oh, we don't want to go there.
I'm not. I'm not afraid to go to Nikki and and ask her to criticize, you know, something about me. I need that. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but look, guys. I trust the judgment. Okay. So if she say this was not good, guess what? I go work on that. Because my thing is this: I'm a marketer, and I always view my wife as a client that I need to retain on a daily basis. So I always need to come up with something, out of the ordinary to keep her business with me. Like me, there's a bunch of marketers. So I always think about strategies. I always think about, bundle packages, to bring, okay, maybe, okay, if I have this fragrance right here, I need to make sure that I create, a lotion. When now I have the cologne and the lotion. Next time, because I know people are evolving, so I have to evolve myself as well. I create a hand wash. Okay. Now I create a body wash, and I create all this around the one product. Okay. Around the one product. And when I come to Nikki and I say, hey, this is what I have for you. She sees the full package. And I'm always seeking ways to improve. Okay. Improve.
And I encourage that. I want you to be better. I want you to be better in every area, because as you grow, as you become better, I grow and I become better. I will become exactly what you're becoming. Let me say that again. I will become exactly what he is becoming. I am the mirror image of William. Now, I know we don't look alike. I'm a lot cuter than him. Right?
You see my face.
But I am his mirror image. So I want to push him to be the best in every area. Every area. It is very important. It is very important that as couples, we do what we're supposed to do for one another.
But that's the reason why, the whole thing for God is this: for the both of us to become one. Okay. One body. Okay. When you look at Christ and the church, they are one. The body is never separate from the head. He is the head, but he understand the head can reach out where the head can reach out where the hands can, where the feet can go. He knows he needs all this part in order to be successful, in order to bring a sustainable a lifestyle for everybody. My wife and I, we need to be in one accord in order for our children to feel it. Okay. So it's very important that concept of knowing how to apply do's and don'ts, when you understand how critical, this is it. Hey, man, that is, I mean, that's end of the game. That's just like game over.
That's good. Well, we're not going to hold you guys long. We just wanted to come on and teach a little bit on and continue the conversation on the do's and don'ts in marriage. We will be back on next Tuesday with this continuation, because it is truly just some things that we have learned along the way. It is truly it's important to us to know that you guys are getting what we've gotten, and everything that we learn and we obtain along this journey, we want to share it with you all.
6 years,
I finna say,
actually 6 years of research. I would say seven, because we've been married for 7.5 now, going to 8.
7. No,
Mhm.
it's not. I'm gonna need you to get your verbiage,
Yes,
your years together, your timing.
December to now is half.
Not
Um,
about to play with you.
but we are going. Um, we are going to put up a lot of stuff, for you guys to understand, just to see the journey. We want you guys to understand the journey. We want you guys to comprehend, how beautiful it is to work together. Now, my wife reminded me this morning how crazy it sound when I went to her and say, help me be better. Help me remove, help me be pure. And she said, do you realize, that you are the gold,
Hmm.
but you need to go through the fire? That's what couples do for each other. Now, to each other, but for each other.
That's good.
When she helps me with the thorn in my back, it's painful.
Hmm.
And then she gave me her back. Am I removing the thorn or am I stabbing her? you know.
Hmm.
But if I use the knife and remove the thorn, it's going it's going to be painful. And you have to be okay with it. You have to learn how to be uncomfortable
Hmm.
around your spouse. But that uncomfortability is to create something for life,
Hmm.
something beautiful. And when I look at my marriage today, I can tell with joy, I am not afraid to love.
Oh,
I am not afraid
so special.
to be in love, and I'm surely not afraid to say love is the most beautiful thing
Hmm.
that I've ever experienced, because I learned how to give before I receive.
That's good. Well, on that note, we're going to let you guys go. Again, you can email us at info@impactinglivescoaching.com if you have any questions, any concerns. We offer 30-minute free consultation. I can't even get my words out. So you can book that consultation with us. Let us know where we can help you and assist. Um, as well as make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. All of our platforms, we are Will and Nakia. You guys have a great night. Thank you for joining, and we will talk to you soon. Good night. Oh, I might want to hit the right button.